Speaking of Trump, he weighed in again yesterday on the ongoing debt ceiling negotiations. Trump doubled down on his comments from last week, encouraging Republicans to default on the debt unless they get every spending cut they are demanding, every one of them. Trump's comments are in contrast to what he said back in 2019 when he was dealing with a debt ceiling increase then. Take a look.
Well, hopefully we're in good shape on the debt ceiling. I can't imagine anybody ever even thinking of using the debt ceiling as a negotiating wedge. And I remember to Senator Schumer and to Nancy Pelosi, would anybody ever use that to negotiate with? They said, absolutely not. That's a sacred element of our country. They can't use the debt ceiling to negotiate.
Now, of course, Trump freely admits that he thinks differently because he's not president. Joining us now, White House reporter for the Associated Press, my friend Darlene Superville. Darlene, great to see you this morning. So let's talk about the debt ceiling. We can leave Donald Trump out of it. So there's obviously today high-stakes meeting this afternoon. The president, congressional leaders, when they met a week or so back, it was pretty contentious. Not a lot of progress made. It does seem like staffs have at least moved the ball some. What are the hopes for today? What do you think?
Your guess is as good as mine. I think there are at least two ways it can go. There can be more signs of progress. It might be too early for them to come out and announce a deal because we're still more than a week away from June 1.
And on congressional deadlines, that's what they've got forever.
Exactly. They take it right up to the end of the line there. Or it could also be another meeting where it was like last week, where it was kind of contentious and, Speaker McCarthy came out and said he didn't see any progress made, that sort of thing. So it's a little unclear where it's going to end up this afternoon.
So my jokes aside, though, that June 1st deadline, yeah, we know Congress likes to work right up against it, but if the fear here is that the markets and other things will react sooner than that, so they probably have a little less time than they think. The other time pressure here, of course, the president is scheduled to leave tomorrow. For an 8-day international trip. The itinerary is to Japan first, the G7, and then on for events in Australia and Papua New Guinea, meant to shore up America's commitment to the Pacific. But let's talk a little bit about this. First of all, there's some reporting that if the debt ceiling talks really break down, I have this news today that, the trip could push back a day or it could shrink. The White House seems pretty committed to him going to the G7, which is such an important meeting, particularly at a time of war. The Australia part might change. What do we think? What are the challenges for a president overseas managing a crisis back home?
Yeah. Well, one of the challenges is that he is overseas and he's not in D.C., cannot meet with the speaker or anyone else he might need to meet with. And if they're close enough to an agreement where they need the president to come in and seal the deal, he's thousands of miles away in Hiroshima or Australia. So that's one of the bigger challenges when the president is abroad at a time like this.
The White House loves to say, every White House, not just this one, loves to say, well, you can be president anywhere, right? Because you're whether you're on Air Force One or anything else. But to your point, especially if things are close, you don't have that face-to-face to seal the deal.
You don't have the face-to-face to seal the deal. And the president is one of those people who does like that face-to-face interaction and being in the room with people.
Yeah.
So it'll be a challenge.
It'll be a challenge. We'll have to see if the itinerary changes or even if the trip is postponed somewhat.
Push back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
We will be staying on this. White House reporter for the Associated Press, Darlene Superville, thank you as always. Great to see you.
You're welcome.